The Prophet, Poetic Wisdom to Guide Your Dreams. Lesson 1. The Coming of the Prophet, Entering the Dream Journey. As twilight settles over the landscape of your consciousness, feel yourself drawn to the sacred shores where day meets night, where the wakeful mind surrenders to the mystery of sleep. Here, in this liminal space between worlds, the Prophet comes, not on a ship from distant lands, but on the gentle currents of your own breathing, riding the waves of your slowing heartbeat toward the harbor of your dreams. Your mind is the ancient city of Orphalese, with its winding streets of memory and its gardens of imagination. The people of this inner city have waited long for wisdom to arrive. And now, as your body settles into the embrace of rest, you feel the Prophet's presence drawing near. He comes bearing gifts, not of gold or precious stones, but of understanding that flows like honey through the chambers of your sleeping heart. Let your eyelids become heavy curtains, drawing closed the theatre of your daily concerns. Feel your breath deepen like the ocean tide, carrying away the debris of worry and leaving behind smooth sand where new dreams may right themselves. The Prophet stands now at the threshold of your awareness, his robes flowing like mist, his eyes reflecting the first stars of evening. He has traveled across the vast distances of human experience to reach this moment, this sacred meeting place, where your soul prepares to journey inward. In the gathering darkness behind your closed eyes, pathways of light begin to form. These are the roads the Prophet will guide you down, each one leading deeper into the wisdom that sleeps within your own heart. You need not struggle to follow or strain to understand, for his voice carries the rhythm of waves against the shore, the whisper of wind through leaves, the gentle insistence of truth that knows no hurry. The city of your consciousness grows quiet now, its busy marketplaces of thought settling into peaceful stillness. Street lamps of awareness dim one by one, creating pools of shadow where mysteries can bloom. The Prophet walks these streets as he once walked among the people of Orphalese, but now his footsteps echo in the corridors of your being, awakening chambers you had forgotten existed. Feel yourself becoming both the seeker and the sought, both the listener and the song. As your conscious mind releases its grip on the day's fragments, your deeper wisdom stirs like a sleeping giant, ready to receive the nourishment that only comes in dreams. The Prophet's words will not shout above the noise of waking life, but will whisper their secrets in the profound quiet of your inner sanctuary. The ship that brought the Prophet to the shore is your own breath, its sails filled with the wind of letting go. Each exhale carries away what you no longer need. Each inhale draws in the possibility of transformation. You are both the harbor welcoming this sacred visitor and a vessel preparing for its own journey into uncharted waters of sleep and dream. Round you, the familiar world dissolves like mist before the morning sun. Yet you feel no fear in this dissolution. Instead, there is a sweet recognition that you are returning home to a place you have always known, but perhaps forgotten in the bright urgency of daylight hours. The Prophet extends his hand, and you feel the warmth of infinite compassion flowing through his touch, preparing you for the revelations that await in a country of dreams. Let yourself sink deeper now into this sacred trust, knowing that wisdom seeks you as surely as you seek it. The Prophet has come not to take you away from yourself, but to lead you more deeply into who you truly are. In the palace of sleep, in the temple of dreams, in the garden of the unconscious mind, his voice will be your companion, his insights the stars that guide your inner navigation. The great journey begins with this single step into surrender, this gentle falling into the arms of night, where all prophecy lives and breathes, waiting to unfold its secrets in the flowering darkness of your dreaming soul. Lesson 2. On love, the fire that transforms. As you settle deeper into the embrace of night, feel the Prophet's gentle presence drawing near, his voice carrying the ancient wisdom of love, like a warm breeze across the landscape of your dreams. In this sacred space between waking and sleeping, where your heart opens like a flower to the moonlight, let his words become the rhythm of your breath, the pulse of your peaceful slumber. Love arrives not as a thunderbolt, but as the softest flame, flickering in the chambers of your dreaming heart. It asks nothing of you now, but surrender. Nothing but the sweet release of all the walls you have built around your tender spirit. As sleep deepens around you like velvet curtains, feel this divine fire warming every corner of your being, melting away the frozen fears that have kept you separate from the vast ocean of connection that flows between all souls. The Prophet speaks through the whisper of your breath. Love gives naught but itself, and takes naught but from itself. In your dreams tonight, you become both the giver and the receiver, the lover and the beloved, understanding at last that the love you seek has always lived within the sanctuary of your own heart. Each gentle heartbeat carries this truth deeper into your sleeping consciousness, where it plants seeds that will bloom in your waking world as compassion, kindness, and an unshakable knowing of your own worthiness. Feel yourself floating on a river of liquid starlight, where every drop contains the essence of pure love. This is not the possessive love that grasps and demands, but the love that flows like water, taking the shape of every vessel it fills, while never losing its essential nature. As you drift along this celestial current, notice how love transforms everything it touches, not by force, but by simple presence, the way morning light transforms the world, not by pushing away the darkness, but by gently revealing what was always there. In the garden of your dreams, watch as love tends to the soil of your relationships, both those you cherish and those that have brought you pain. See how this divine gardener works through the night, composting old hurts into rich earth where new understanding can grow, watering the seeds of forgiveness with tears that heal rather than wound. The Prophet's voice becomes the wind through the leaves, reminding you that love's purpose is safely beating the words that no one can find them, but taking their incentive. As you sink deeper into the velvet depths of sleep, feel love revealing itself as the invisible thread that connects your heart to every other heart that has ever beaten, that ever will beat. In this web of infinite connection, you discover that to love another truly, you must first tend the sacred flame within yourself. Love cannot be given from an empty vessel. Yet paradoxically, it is in the giving that the vessel fills itself, again and again, in an endless cycle of renewal. The gentle fire of love burns away the illusion that you are separate, alone, or unworthy of the very connection your soul craves. In your dreams tonight, you remember what you knew before the world taught you to forget, that you are love itself, temporarily wearing the costume of human form, playing the beautiful game of rediscovering your own divine nature through the mirror of relationship. Let love's transforming flame work through your sleep like a master alchemist, transmuting the lead of loneliness into the gold of belonging, changing the bitter herbs of past betrayals into medicine that makes your heart stronger and more compassionate. You are being remade in love's image, not as someone who needs love from outside yourself, but as someone who is so full of love that it naturally overflows to nourish everyone you encounter. Rest now in the knowing that love is both your origin and your destination, the breath that sustains you and the song that calls you home to yourself. In your dreams, you dance with love's eternal flame, no longer fearing its heat, but understanding that this fire burns only to illuminate, to warm, to transform you into the radiant being you were always meant to be. Lesson 3. On joy and sorrow. Two sides of the soul. As you settle deeper into the gentle embrace of approaching sleep, allow your breathing to slow like the evening tide, and feel the Prophet's presence growing stronger in the twilight spaces of your mind. Night, he speaks to you of the eternal dance between joy and sorrow, those twin rivers that flow through every human heart, carrying the sacred waters of experience toward the infinite sea of understanding. Let your body sink more fully into rest as these words wash over you like moonlight on still water. Your joy is your sorrow unmasked, and the self-same well from which your laughter rises was oftentimes filled with your tears. Feel this truth settling into the quiet depths of your being, not as burden, but as profound relief. There is no need to resist the natural rhythms of feeling that move through you like seasons through the earth. In the sacred temple of your heart, joy and sorrow sit not as enemies, but as devoted companions, each serving the soul's eternal journey toward wholeness. As sleep draws you deeper, imagine your heart as a golden chalice being carved by gentle, loving hands. Every experience of sorrow has deepened this vessel, creating more space for joy to dwell. Every tear that has fallen has polished the inner walls until they gleam with compassion. Every moment of pain has expanded your capacity to hold light. The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Feel this wisdom sinking into your bones, your blood, your breath. There is perfect balance in this cosmic design, perfect purpose in the ebb and flow of human emotion. You need not fear the coming of sorrow, nor grasp desperately at joy, for both serve the same sacred purpose, the awakening of your soul to its own infinite depths. As drowsiness wraps around you like a soft shawl, sense how your sleeping mind becomes a sanctuary where all feelings find their rightful place. Here, in the borderland between waking and dreams, you discover that happiness and sadness are not opposites, but complementary forces, like the inhale and exhale that sustain your life. One makes space for the other, one gives meaning to the other. Both arise from the same source of divine love. Tonight, as you dream, let your subconscious mind integrate this profound acceptance. Allow every unexpressed grief to find its voice in the safety of sleep, every suppressed joy to bubble up from the depths of your being. Your dreams become the sacred space where both are welcomed, honored, transformed. The weight you have carried from trying to be always happy dissolves like mist before the morning sun. The shame you have felt for your sadness melts away like snow in spring. In the gentle currents of sleep, you discover that to be fully alive means to embrace the complete spectrum of human feeling. The heart that has known deep sorrow becomes capable of profound joy. The soul that has walked through valleys of tears learns to appreciate the mountain peaks of laughter with exquisite gratitude. This is not philosophy, but lived truth, now weaving itself into the very fabric of your dreams. Feel yourself floating on the river of acceptance, carried by currents of unconditional love toward shores of perfect peace. Your breath becomes the rhythm of waves, your heartbeat the steady drum of eternal wisdom. Joy and sorrow merge into one flowing stream of experience, each drop precious, each moment sacred. You are not asked to understand this mystery with your mind, only to trust it with your heart as you surrender to sleep's healing embrace. Let the Prophet's gentle voice follow you into dreams, reminding you that the same force that brings winter brings spring, the same love that allows loss allows finding, the same wisdom that permits sorrow permits joy. In the great tapestry of existence, you are both the weaver and the thread, both the song and the singer, both the question and the answer, flowing together in perfect, eternal harmony. Lesson 4. On Freedom, the Wings of the Spirit. As the gentle currents of sleep begin to carry you deeper into the realm of dreams, feel the Prophet's presence beside you, like a warm breeze that knows no boundaries. He speaks now of freedom, not as a destination to be reached, but as the very essence of your being, waiting to unfold like wings you have always possessed, but perhaps forgotten how to use. In the sacred stillness of this moment, allow his words to wash over you like waves upon an infinite shore. Freedom, he whispers, is not something you must fight for or chase after in the outer world. It is the song your spirit has been humming since the moment of your first breath, the melody that plays beneath all the noise of daily existence, waiting patiently for you to remember its tune. Feel yourself floating now in this space between waking and sleeping, where the walls you have built around your heart begin to dissolve like morning mist. These walls, constructed from years of shoulds and shouldn'ts, from the voices of others who told you who to be and how to live, are not as solid as they once appeared. In the gentle darkness of approaching sleep, they become transparent, permeable, until you realize they were never truly there at all. The Prophet's voice grows softer now, like wind through ancient trees, reminding you that true freedom begins in the secret chambers of your own heart. It is there, in that sacred inner sanctuary, where you have the power to choose your thoughts as carefully as a gardener chooses seeds. Each limiting belief, each whisper of impossibility, each chain forged from past disappointments can be transformed by the simple act of seeing them clearly in the light of your awakened consciousness. As you descend deeper into the healing waters of sleep, imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast canyon, your arms stretched wide to embrace the endless sky. Feel the wind beneath your outstretched arms, not as air moving past you, but as the breath of the universe itself, inviting you to remember what it means to soar. You need not leap from any physical cliff, for the greatest flight happens in the boundless territory of your dreams, where gravity holds no power, and the only limits are those you choose to carry with you. Let the Prophet guide you now to understand that freedom is not the absence of connection, but the presence of choice within every connection you make. Like a tree that grows both deep roots and reaching branches, you can be both grounded and free, both committed and unbound. The relationships that nurture your soul will never cage your spirit, and the work that flows from your authentic self will never feel like imprisonment. In this twilight space where sleep begins to claim you, feel the gentle dissolution of every role you have been told you must play, every mask you have worn to please others or protect yourself. Here, in the honesty of approaching dreams, you are neither your job nor your achievements, neither your failures nor your fears. You are the eternal spark of consciousness itself, temporarily wearing the beautiful costume of human experience, but never truly contained by it. The Prophet's wisdom flows through you now, like a river returning to the sea, reminding you that every morning you wake is another opportunity to choose freedom anew. Not the freedom to escape your responsibilities, but the freedom to meet them from a place of love rather than obligation. Not the freedom to avoid all pain, but the freedom to let pain carve your heart deeper so it can hold more joy. As sleep embraces you completely, carry with you this knowing: you are already free. The wings you seek are not somewhere outside yourself, waiting to be earned or discovered. They are woven into the very fabric of your being, made of the same light that sparked the first star and will illuminate the last. In your dreams tonight, let yourself remember how to fly, not away from your life, but deeper into its beauty, higher into its meaning, freer into the magnificent mystery of who you truly are. Lesson 5. On work, love made visible. Let the gentle wisdom of evening carry you now into the sacred chamber of purpose, where your soul's true work awaits like a quiet flame in the darkness. As your breathing deepens and your body settles into the embrace of rest, feel the Prophet's presence drawing near, his voice like silk upon the waters of your consciousness. He speaks now of work, but not as the world knows it, rather as the heart knows it, as love made visible through the movement of your hands and the devotion of your spirit. In this twilight space between waking and dreams, allow yourself to remember that all true work springs from the wellspring of love within you. Feel this truth settling into your bones like warm honey, dissolving any heaviness you may carry about your daily tasks. The Prophet whispers that when you work with love, you bind yourself and to one another and to the earth. Let this binding become a golden thread that weaves through your dreams tonight, connecting you to the greater tapestry of purpose that spans all souls. Your hands, even now at rest beside you, are sacred instruments waiting to express the love that fills your heart. In the realm of sleep, they will continue their holy work, shaping dreams and tending the garden of your subconscious. Feel the warmth flowing through your palms and fingers as you surrender to this deeper understanding that whether you knead bread or write words, whether you tend children or tend gardens, whether you heal bodies or create beauty, you are always making love visible in the world. The Prophet's voice grows softer now, like wind through ancient trees, reminding you that work is but love made manifest in time. If you cannot work with love, but only with distaste, it would be better to sit at the gate of the temple and accept alms from those who work with joy. But tonight, as you journey into the depths of your being, you can discover anew the love that wants to flow through your efforts, the joy that wants to dance in your daily devotions. Let your breath carry you deeper into this understanding. With each exhale, release any struggle or resistance around your work. With each inhale, draw in the recognition that you are here to give your gifts freely, to let the love within you find its expression through whatever tasks await your hands and heart. Your work is not separate from your soul. It is your soul learning to sing in the language of action, to paint with the colors of service, to sculpt with the clay of human need. In the sacred darkness of sleep, your spirit will continue to work, weaving connections and insights that daylight consciousness cannot grasp. Trust this deeper labor, this mysterious alchemy that transforms experience into wisdom, challenges into strength, love into visible form. The Prophet reminds you that your work is but a part of Earth's most distant dream. And when you align yourself with this greater dreaming, every task becomes a prayer, every effort becomes an offering. Feel yourself sinking now into the soft depths of night, knowing that as you sleep, your soul is preparing new ways to express its love through your waking hours. The boundaries between work and worship dissolve in this gentle darkness, revealing the truth that has always been waiting. That when you give yourself fully to your tasks, when you bring presence and care to whatever lies before you, you transform not only the work itself, but the very fabric of existence around you. The Prophet's final words drift through your consciousness like stars across a midnight sky. Work is love made visible. Let these words become seeds planted in the fertile soil of your sleeping mind, ready to bloom into new understanding when morning comes. Night, in your dreams, you will remember the sacred nature of all true effort, and you will awaken tomorrow with hands eager to express the love that moves through them, ready to make visible invisible beauty that lives within your heart. Lesson 6. On giving, the flow of abundance. Let your breathing deepen now as we drift into the sacred waters of giving, where the prophet's voice becomes a gentle current carrying you toward the shores of abundance. In this twilight space, between waking and sleeping, feel yourself becoming like a river that knows no other purpose than to flow, to give of itself endlessly to all it touches. The prophet speaks through your dreams now, his words becoming the rhythm of your heartbeat. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. Let these words dissolve into your consciousness like honey in warm milk, sweetening every corner of your being as you surrender to sleep's embrace. See yourself now as a tree heavy with fruit, not burdened by its abundance, but made beautiful by it. Your branches bend gracefully toward the earth, offering sustenance to all who pass beneath your shade. This is the natural way of giving, as effortless as the moon giving light to the darkness, as the earth gives foundation to your dreams. Feel how giving flows through you, like breath itself, requiring no effort, asking for no return, simply expressing the overflow of a heart that knows its own fullness. In your dream garden tonight, you discover a well that never runs dry. Each time you draw from its depths to offer refreshment to another, the waters rise higher, clearer, more pure. This is the mystery the prophet reveals in your sleeping wisdom. The more you give, the more abundant you become, not through the accumulation of things, but through the expansion of your capacity to love, to serve, to share the gifts that flow through you like rivers returning to the sea. But your sleeping mind, release now any fears of scarcity that may have followed you from the door. Daylight world, those whispered doubts that speak of not enough, of holding tight, of protecting what is yours. Watch them dissolve like morning mist before the sun of deeper knowing. You are not a vessel that empties when you pour out love, but a spring that flows more freely the more it gives. The universe conspires to fill you precisely because you do not grasp, because you trust in the eternal circulation of gifts. Feel yourself becoming one with this flow now, your individual concerns merging into the greater current of divine abundance. You are both the giver and the gift, the river and the ocean it seeks. In your dreams tonight, you may find yourself offering comfort to a stranger, sharing wisdom with someone in need, or simply radiating presence that heals without words. Trust these dream encounters, for they are rehearsals for the waking world, preparing your heart to recognize the countless opportunities for giving that surround you always. The prophet's voice grows softer now, becoming the whisper of wind through leaves, the gentle lapping of waves against the shore of consciousness. There are those who give little of the much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gifts unwholesome. These are the believers in life, and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty. Let yourself be counted among these believers now, these trustful souls who give freely because they know themselves to be expressions of inexhaustible abundance. Your dreams tonight become a practice ground for this sacred art, where you learn to give not from duty or expectation, but from the pure joy of recognizing yourself in all beings, of seeing your own face reflected in every heart that receives your gifts. As sleep deepens around you like a warm embrace, carry with you this final whisper from the prophet's lips. It is well to give when asked, but it is better to give unasked, through understanding. Let your sleeping mind be filled with this understanding, this recognition of the countless ways you can offer blessing, simply by being who you are, by allowing the light within you to shine freely upon the world. Night, you sleep in the arms of abundance, dreaming yourself into ever greater capacity for love, for service, for the joy that comes when the heart knows no boundaries between self and other, between giving and receiving, between the drop and the ocean that contains all drops. Lesson 7. On children, the arrows of life. As twilight deepens and your body settles into the soft embrace of sleep, feel yourself drifting toward a sacred understanding that flows like starlight through the corridors of your dreams. Tonight, the Prophet speaks of children, those bright arrows of life, and in his gentle voice, you discover not only the wisdom of nurturing others, but the tender art of caring for the eternal child that dwells within your own soul. Let your breathing slow and deepen as you imagine yourself standing in a moonlit garden where time moves like honey and every breath carries the fragrance of possibility, where dreams begin to weave themselves into the fabric of your consciousness. The Prophet's voice rises like a lullaby, speaking of children as arrows that are sent forth from the bow of life itself. You are both the archer and the arrow, both the guardian and the guided. In this endless dance of becoming, feel how your heart opens as understanding flows through you like warm water. Children come through you, the Prophet whispers, but they are not of you. They arrive carrying tomorrow's secrets in their laughter, bearing gifts from futures you will never see with waking eyes. As sleep deepens around you like a protective cloak, sense how this wisdom settles into your bones, healing old wounds where love was tangled with possession, where care became control. In the gentle darkness behind your closed eyes, watch as golden threads of light begin to illuminate the spaces where your own childhood lives eternal. See how that bright spirit within you has been waiting, patient as starlight, for you to remember its innocence and wonder. The Prophet's voice grows softer now, like wind through summer leaves, reminding you that you may give children your love, but not your thoughts, for they have thoughts of their own, bright as new pennies, untarnished by the fears that sometimes shadow adult hearts. As your consciousness drifts deeper into the healing waters of sleep, feel how this understanding transforms every cell in your body. Whether you have brought children into this world with your flesh, or touched young lives with your spirit, you are part of this eternal flowing. The bow of love stretches within you, not to direct where the arrows land, but to send them forth with blessing and trust. In your dreams tonight, old patterns of needing to control dissolve like morning mist, replaced by a love so vast it asks for nothing in return. Let yourself sink deeper still, into realms where your inner child dances free from the expectations that once bound it. The Prophet speaks now of how you may house children's bodies, but not their souls. And in these words you find a key that unlocks chambers in your heart you had forgotten existed. Your own soul was once that free, that trusting, that willing to leap into unknown tomorrows. As sleep cradles you, feel that freedom returning, cell by cell, by breath. In the deepest chambers of your dreaming mind, sense how the eternal child within you begins to stir and stretch, remembering what it means to see the world with eyes unclouded by judgment. This is the part of you that knows how to wonder, how to forgive instantly, how to love without keeping score. The Prophet's wisdom flows through your sleeping consciousness, like a river returning to its natural course, washing away the debris of old hurts and disappointments. As the night deepens and your dreams take wing, carry with you this knowing. You are both the careful archer and the joyful arrow, both the wise guardian and the eternal child. In your sleep, these seeming opposites dance together in perfect harmony, creating space for new growth, new possibility, new chapters in the endless story of becoming. The Prophet's voice fades now into the gentle rhythm of your breathing, but his wisdom remains, woven into the very fabric of your dreams, guiding you toward morning with hands open and heart free. Lesson 8. On pain, the breaking of the shell. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. As you settle now into the soft embrace of sleep, let these words flow through you like a gentle stream washing over smooth stones. The prophet's voice whispers in the twilight space between waking and dreaming, speaking truths that your heart has always known, but your mind has forgotten in the bright noise of day. Even as the stone of the fruit must break, that its heart may stand in the sun, so must you know pain. In the sacred darkness of your rest, feel how pain has been your teacher, arriving not as enemy, but as the chisel that carves beauty from the raw marble of your soul. Each ache, each heartbreak, each moment when you thought you could not continue, has been shaping you into something more magnificent than you could imagine. Much of your pain is self-chosen. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Trust, then, the physician, and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. As you breathe slowly and deeply, releasing the tensions of this day, remember that resistance to pain only deepens its hold, but acceptance, sweet acceptance, transforms even the sharpest sorrow into wisdom that glows like starlight in the chambers of your heart. For the vision of one person lends not its wings to another. Your pain is uniquely yours, as personal as your fingerprint, as sacred as your prayers. No one else can walk this path for you, and in recognizing this, you find not loneliness, but profound dignity. You are the author of your own becoming, and pain has been one of your most devoted teachers, arriving precisely when your soul was ready for the next lesson. Could you keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles of your life, your pain would not seem less wondrous than your joy. In the gentle space of approaching sleep, feel how pain and pleasure dance together like partners who have known each other since time began. The heart that has never been broken cannot know the full depth of love. The spirit that has never been tested cannot understand its own unshakable strength. And all at once you know you are eternal. That pain passes, but the wisdom it brings remains forever woven into the fabric of who you are. Like a tree that grows stronger in the storm, sending its roots deeper into the nourishing earth, you have found that what seemed to destroy you has actually been the force that created your most beautiful growth. As the prophet's words settle into your consciousness, like seeds planted in fertile soil, feel the pain of your past transforming into compassion. The wounds that once felt like punishment reveal themselves as openings through which love could enter more fully. Every scar tells a story of survival. Every healed place speaks of your incredible capacity to regenerate and bloom again. Let sleep carry you now into dreams where pain is understood not as mistake or misfortune, but as the sacred breaking that allows new light to pour into your being. In the realm of dreams, you are both the shell and the emerging life within, both the question and the answer, both the seeker and the sought. Tomorrow you will wake with this knowing settled deeper in your bones, that you are not fragile glass to be protected from all hardship, but resilient spirit capable of transforming every experience into wisdom, every wound into wonder, every ending into a more beautiful beginning. The prophet's voice fades now into the rhythm of your breathing, but his truth remains, echoing in the chambers of your heart as you drift toward the healing darkness where all pain finds its meaning and all understanding finds its home. Lesson 9. On friendship, the bond beyond words. As the gentle waves of sleep begin to wash over your consciousness, feel yourself drawn into the sacred circle where souls recognize souls, where the prophet's voice becomes a whisper of understanding that flows between hearts like moonlight flows between leaves. In this tender space between waking and dreaming, let us explore the mystery of friendship, that golden thread which weaves through the fabric of existence, connecting spirit to spirit in ways that transcend the boundaries of flesh and time. Friendship, the prophet whispers as you drift deeper, is not born of need, but of abundance, not from emptiness seeking to be filled, but from fullness, yearning to be shared. Like two flames that dance together without diminishing each other's light, true friendship illuminates without consuming, warms without burning. Feel this truth settling into the depths of your being as your breathing becomes slower, deeper, more rhythmic, with the eternal pulse of connection that beats within all loving hearts. In the garden of your dreams tonight, imagine yourself walking beside a companion whose presence brings neither demand nor expectation, only the quiet joy of shared existence. This friend asks nothing of you but your authentic self, offers nothing but the same gift in return. Together you move through landscapes of understanding where words become unnecessary, where a glance carries the weight of volumes, where silence speaks more eloquently than the most carefully chosen phrases. The prophet's gentle wisdom flows through your relaxing mind like a river of liquid starlight, reminding you that friendship is the mirror in which you discover not who you should become, but who you have always been. In the eyes of a true friend, you see reflected your own divine nature, unmarked by the small criticisms and harsh judgments that the world so freely offers. This sacred witnessing heals old wounds, dissolves ancient fears, and allows your soul to unfold like a night-blooming flower that opens only in the safety of darkness. As sleep deepens around you, like a warm embrace, feel the bonds of authentic friendship weaving themselves through your dreams. These are not the brittle connections forged from convenience or circumstance, but the golden cords that link heart to heart across all barriers of time and space. Some friends walk with you for a season, others for a lifetime, but each true connection leaves its luminous mark upon your soul, a constellation of love that guides you through even the darkest nights. Let the prophet's voice carry you deeper into this understanding. Friendship is the laboratory of the soul, where you experiment with trust, practice vulnerability, and learn the delicate art of loving without possessing. In dreams, you can visit friends both near and far, speak with those who have passed beyond the veil, and commune with kindred spirits you have yet to meet in the waking world. The realm of sleep knows no boundaries, recognizes no limitations upon the heart's capacity to connect and cherish. Feel yourself sinking now into that profound rest where friendship reveals its deepest secret. It is not about finding someone who completes you, but about discovering someone who inspires you to complete yourself. True friends do not fill your emptiness, but reflect your wholeness. Do not solve your problems, but stand witness to your strength. Do not change your path, but walk beside you with unwavering faith in your journey's ultimate purpose. In this sacred sleep that now embraces you completely, the prophet's final whisper on friendship becomes a lullaby of belonging. You are never truly alone, for friendship is the invisible thread that connects all hearts, the silent song that all souls sing together, the eternal dance of recognition that plays out in countless forms across the infinite stages of existence. Rest now in this knowing, beloved dreamer, wrapped in the invisible arms of all who have ever truly seen and loved you, carried through the night by the great friendship that exists between your conscious self and the infinite wisdom that guides your dreams. Lesson 10. On beauty, light in the heart. As the night deepens around you, and your breath becomes the gentle rhythm of the tide, let the prophet's voice carry you into the sacred temple of beauty that lives within your soul. Beauty is not something distant that you must seek in galleries or gardens, though it dwells there too. Beauty is the light that your heart recognizes as home, the trembling recognition that passes through you when you witness something that makes your spirit remember its divine origin. Close your eyes now and feel how beauty moves through you, like music made visible, like love given form in the world of dreams. The prophet whispers that beauty is not in the face you see reflected in still waters, but in the light that shines from behind your eyes when you look upon the world with wonder. It is not in the perfect symmetry of form, but in the authentic expression of the soul, seeking to know itself through countless manifestations. In your dreams tonight, let yourself become a vessel for this recognition. Beauty is the soul saying yes to life, the heart opening like a flower to receive the morning sun. When you witness a sunset that stops your breath, it is not the sky that is beautiful. It is your capacity to receive beauty that creates the moment of transcendence. The colors were always there, but beauty was born in the meeting between the light and your willingness to be moved by it. Feel yourself sinking deeper into this understanding as sleep embraces you. Beauty is everywhere your consciousness touches. When you approach life as a lover approaches the beloved, it lives in the curve of a child's cheek as much as in the ancient lines that map an elder's wisdom across their face. It dwells in the awkward grace of someone learning to dance as much as in the perfected movements of the master. The prophet speaks of beauty as the eternal made visible in time, and in your dreams you can learn to see with these eyes of eternity. Let your sleeping mind practice recognizing the sacred in the ordinary, the divine in the seemingly mundane. Beauty is your birthright, not because you are entitled to surround yourself with beautiful things, but because you carry within you the capacity to perceive the beautiful everywhere you turn your attention. As you drift deeper into the realm where all things are possible, understand that you yourself are an expression of beauty, seeking to know itself. Every line of your body tells the story of a soul brave enough to take form in this world. Every scar speaks of your willingness to risk being hurt for the sake of experience. Every laugh line around your eyes marks a moment when joy was stronger than sorrow, when beauty broke through and claimed you for its own. In the landscape of dreams, beauty becomes your teacher and your companion. It shows you that the ugly and the beautiful are not opposites, but dance partners in the eternal choreography of existence. What you once called ugly was simply beauty in disguise, waiting for your eyes to develop the strength to perceive its hidden truth. The broken places in your life, the disappointments and losses, these too carry their own austere beauty. The beauty of a soul learning to love without conditions, to find meaning in mystery. Tonight, as your conscious mind releases its grip on the need to judge and categorize, let your deeper wisdom remember that you are both the artist and the art, both the beholder and the beheld. Beauty flows through you like breath, like blood, like the dreams that will soon carry you home to yourself. In recognizing beauty everywhere, you become beautiful not in form, but in function. You become someone who brings the light of recognition to a world hungry for witnessing. Sleep now in the arms of this truth, and let beauty be your guide through the sacred chambers of night, where every dream is a love letter from the universe to your awakening soul. Lesson 11. On death, the mystery of return. As the night deepens around you and your breathing grows soft and rhythmic, the prophet's voice whispers through the veil between worlds, speaking of the great mystery that awaits all souls. Death, he murmurs, is not the extinguishing of light, but the gentle snuffing of the lamp because dawn has come. In your dreams tonight, let this sacred truth settle into the deepest chambers of your heart, where fear dissolves like mist before the morning sun. You need not fear the threshold that calls to every living thing, for death is but a pause in the eternal song of existence, a rest between movements in the symphony of being. As you drift deeper into sleep, imagine yourself standing at the shore of understanding, watching the waves of mortality kiss the sand of eternity. Each wave that retreats carries with it the illusion of ending, while each wave that arrives brings the promise of continuation. The prophet speaks softly to your sleeping mind. What is it to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? And what is it to cease breathing but to free the breath from its restless tides, that it may rise and expand and seek God unencumbered? Feel these words settling into your consciousness like seeds planted in fertile soil, growing into understanding as you rest. In the sacred space of your dreams, death becomes not a destroyer, but a gardener, tending to the eternal flowers of the soul. The body may return to the earth like autumn leaves nourishing the soil, but the essence of who you are rises like sap in spring, joining the great circulation of life that knows no true ending. Night, as you sleep, release any fear of this natural passage, knowing that what is real within you can never be diminished. The prophet's wisdom flows through your dreams like a gentle river, carrying you toward deeper understanding. He speaks of death as the revealer of truth, stripping away all that is temporary to reveal the eternal jewel of the spirit. In sleep, you touch this eternal aspect of yourself, the part that neither birth nor death can claim, the part that simply is, beyond all coming and going. Your dreams tonight are filled with images of transformation rather than termination. See the butterfly emerging from its chrysalis, not as death of the caterpillar, but as its magnificent becoming. Watch the seed disappear into the earth, only to rise as the mighty oak. These are the sacred lessons death teaches, the mysteries it unveils to those willing to look beyond appearances. The prophet whispers that those who have crossed this threshold have not journeyed to a distant place, but have simply awakened from the dream of separation. They dwell now in the garden of eternal spring, where winter never comes and the flowers of love bloom in endless succession. In your sleep, you visit this garden, walking among souls who have shed their earthly garments to dance in robes of pure light. Fear not for those who have made this passage before you, nor for your own eventual crossing. The prophet's voice assures you that death is but the reunion of the dewdrop with the ocean, the return of the note to the cosmic symphony from which it emerged. What seems like ending is truly homecoming. What appears as loss is actually the ultimate finding. As you rest in the depths of peaceful sleep, let the prophet's wisdom about death transform your understanding of life itself. When you truly comprehend that the soul is immortal, every moment becomes precious, not because it is fleeting, but because it is part of an eternal tapestry being woven by divine hands. Death gives meaning to life, just as silence gives meaning to music, just as darkness gives meaning to light. Night, dream of death not as the enemy of life, but as its secret teacher, not as the end of love, but as its ultimate revelation. In the mystery of return, you discover that nothing truly beloved is ever lost, that every soul touched by love lives forever in the hearts it has blessed. Sleep now in perfect peace, knowing that you are part of something so magnificent that not even death can diminish its glory. Lesson 12. The farewell, the prophet's eternal voice in sleep. And now, dear dreamer, as the final words of the prophet settle into the depths of your being, like golden leaves falling upon still waters, you find yourself at the sacred threshold where endings become beginnings. The ship of consciousness that carried you through these nocturnal passages now rests at anchor in the harbor of your heart. Yet the journey never truly ends, for the prophet's voice has woven itself into the very fabric of your dreams, becoming an actor, eternal companion that will whisper wisdom to your soul through countless nights to come. Feel now how the gentle tide of sleep draws you deeper into the vast ocean of universal consciousness, where the prophet's farewell becomes not a goodbye, but a transformation. His words dissolve into light, into breath, into the very essence of your being. You are no longer merely listening to wisdom from without, for you have become the vessel through which this ancient knowing flows. The sacred city of Orphalese that welcomed him has revealed itself to be the landscape of your own awakening spirit, and every street and dwelling within it pulses with the rhythm of your own expanding awareness. As your breathing grows slower and deeper, allow yourself to feel the profound gratitude that flows like honey through your veins. Each teaching you have received during these dream journeys has planted seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. And now, as you surrender to the deepest levels of sleep, these seeds begin their sacred work of transformation. Love grows stronger in the chambers of your heart. Freedom spreads its wings within your spirit, and wisdom illuminates every corner of your being with its gentle radiance. The prophet speaks now, not from the deck of a departing ship, but from the eternal sanctuary within your own soul. What I have gathered here, I cannot take with me, for what I have given you belongs to you forever. And indeed, every word of truth that has touched your consciousness during these sacred hours becomes part of your permanent treasure, woven into your dreams, embedded in your cellular memory, flowing through your blood like liquid starlight. Let yourself feel how the boundaries between dreamer and dream begin to dissolve as you sink into the profound depths of regenerative sleep. You are both the seeker who came to receive wisdom and the wise one who has always carried truth within. The prophet's voice merges with your own inner knowing, creating a symphony of understanding that will guide you through all the days and nights of your life. In your dreams tonight, you may find yourself walking beside still waters where ancient truths float like lily blossoms, or perhaps you will soar on wings of freedom through skies painted with the colors of infinite possibility. As the last conscious thoughts release their hold and your mind opens to the vast realm of dreams, know that you carry within yourself a living temple where the prophet's wisdom dwells eternally. His words have become part of your spiritual DNA, coding your cells for greater love, deeper wisdom, and more authentic expression. Tonight, as your body rests and repairs itself, your soul continues its beautiful evolution, guided by the timeless teachings that now live within your very essence. The ship of awakened consciousness sets sail once more. But this time, you're both passenger and captain, guided by the North Star of inner wisdom that burns brightly in the constellation of your being. The prophet's voice becomes the wind in your sails, his teachings the map that guides you toward ever greater depths of understanding and compassion. And as you drift now into the blessed realm of dreams, you carry with you the eternal promise that wisdom once received by a ready heart is never lost, but transforms and multiplies becoming a wellspring of guidance that flows forever through the sacred landscape of your dreaming soul. Sleep now, beloved seeker, and dream the dreams of the wise, for the prophet's voice lives on in the whispered wisdom of your own awakening spirit.